vice president? John C. Calhoun. Yeah, it was Calhoun for both. Calhoun, this big elite, very elite plantation owner, assumed that Jackson, all this stuff about the common man, which is kind of talk, and he would defend plantation owners. He would be the first vice president to resign. There's only one other that did it. The first vice president to resign in office because of this issue, democracy. And slavery, and union, democracy. Anybody know the other vice president to resign? Everybody's favorite vice president, Spiro Agnew. He was Nixon's vice president. Spiro, yeah. Next, small farmers and Westerners made up a big bulk of this new Jacksonian Democratic Party. Also immigrants in cities. Jackson appealed, the Democrats appealed to these people who felt left out. Remember, all the people who felt left out. Yeah.
Why was the plantation owners first?
They thought Jackson, as a Southerner, would be to defend their system of slavery. But when they realized he was serious about democracy, about his vision of democracy, then they abandoned him. Also, laborers and mechanics. And mechanics were a very American name to a skilled worker. But also wage workers. Wage workers too. And those who feared, remember that anti-capitalist idea, they fear the wage system because it creates wage slavery. And so, wage workers. Also, those who feared the Second Great Awakening, meaning those who wanted separation of church and state. Those who feared, with this new wave of religious activity, the country will become sectarian, which means religious. And that's why you get so many immigrants, because a lot of Catholics became Democrats. Because they feared that they feared that there would be a dominant religion, and therefore you're going to have a combination of religious wars and persecution of different religions.
So
Catholics were Democrats. Not all, but and these groups. Okay, things would change. The events that lead to the Civil War would kind of blow everything up. But then by the time that Franklin Roosevelt would be elected president in 1932, okay, the world's different, but not the plantation owners. But these groups would make up the Democratic Party then. All thing you'd add differently would be African Americans, would fit into that group. And so we'll kind of come back to this. There's no small farmers left anymore, pretty much, so that's kind of gone. And one of the big issues was mail delivery on Sunday. And Jackson refused to change that because he said, we are not a religious country, so why can't we deliver on Sunday? I know that's weird to think about today because then we changed that during the Civil War to no delivery of the mail on Sunday. But we're not going to stop government because of religion, even though Jackson was a Protestant. Okay, opposing him would be this anti-Jackson elite. And these are very elite who feared, and the groups were, like bankers, the new capitalists. A lot of the new religious leaders of this new evangelical religion feared Jackson. They saw him as disrupting society, and eventually then plantation owners. So you're getting this hodgepodge of groups that are going to go against them. But the big thing is they're all in the elite. They're all on top, and look at Jackson's embracing of the common man. And they see that as you're embracing people who do not deserve a voice in government. Therefore, they fear democracy. These people who support those who fear democracy oppose Jackson. They didn't like the idea of poor folk telling rich folk what to do. And they gave two great names for democracy. They called it King Ma, or my personal favorite, King Numbers. Think about it. Majority rule, you count the votes, the numbers win, King Numbers. And so you got King Numbers, and who's the leader of King Numbers? King Andrew. They called him a king, but he got his power not because of his army, but because of the mob. The mob. And how did he do it? With radical, anti-American ideas, and demagoguery. He's a demagogue. And as we all know, demagoguery is an awesome name. Try it. Demagogue. Try it! Thank you, Can it? Demagogue. I know you got a troll, so I can't make you do this. Your secret troll ally. I want a troll. And what's it mean?
To have power of the law. You're like a ruler of the law.
But how do you get the power?
By telling them what they want to do.
Almost, but playing to their fears. You get them scared. Say, I will protect you from your enemies. Nativists or demagogues. They say, oh, illegal immigrants are going to take away your hair, or something like that. Just go with me on that. I just first thing that comes out to my head. Play on people's fear. So yeah, you tell people what they want to hear. Things are not bad because of this. They're bad because of they're going to get you and I'll stop it. So demagoguery. A lot of politicians are demagogues. A lot of leaders are demagogues. And it's true. They're all out to get you. You're good people, but they're out to get you, and I'll protect you from them. Give me your money. Also, they hated the spoil system. They say, you give your job to commoners, you're giving your job to mediocre people. So they criticized the spoil system. I call it the cult of mediocrity. How dare you give important jobs to people who are incompetent? Only the elite have the skill set and knowledge to do this. So this is incredibly elitist. It really does harken back to the idea of, this aristocracy. The idea I was born to this family, so I must be better. Not like a birth. And they're a bunch of godless Democrats. And the Democrats, because they appeal to such a wide variety, most of them Christians, but you can see to this very day, wide variety of religions and beliefs, they're going to be more tolerant of different beliefs, and therefore, by definition, more secular for government. We can't have one religion because we're many religions. And so those made up the hatred of this. And the thing was, all of their fears were shown. Oh, they were going to be called Whigs. They're called Whigs for two reasons. First off, because the I Hate Andrew Jackson party is just too long, it doesn't flow off your tongue. So the Whigs was the party in Britain that was essentially the opposition. It literally came to mean opposition. And so there's no real, they're called Whigs just because we're opposing Jackson. And the Whigs have a lot of problems because they're so varied group of people. But the values of the Whigs would eventually, you could see them eventually becoming the Republican Party after the Civil War. And we'll come back to de Tocqueville. Let's get this very quickly. This is a picture of the inauguration in 1829. And when the inauguration came, it seemed to show, well, either all the people who support democracy, look, this is what happens. Or the people who feared it, look, this is what happens. Thousands came to the newly rebuilt executive mansion, soon to be called the White House. Thousands came, and they stormed the place to be near their president, the man who represented them. And so they ran through the house, climbed in and out of windows, just had a blast. It was just crazy. To the anti-Democrats, look at this mob destroying our White House. See, look what happens when you give regular people power. And there's something else. In the foyer, they put a product there, a big block of this. And as we all know, this product represents America. It's in the foyer, so everyone could have some. What represents America? What represents democracy? What? All of you should know this. What? Exactly. Cheese. Cheese equals democracy. So a big 500-pound block of cheese we put in the foyer of the White House during the inauguration so people could come, cut off a big block of cheese, and then they also get a cup of hard cider and walk through the White House. America. Huh? That would be, think about how much more fun the assembly would have been. If we just would have been a big block of cheese and said, get some, and everyone's like, yeah, and they just charge the cheese. You can't sell America. We will not take tribute. Cheese equals America. Did you write that down? That will be on the test. Look at these people. Look how overjoyed they are. Look at them eating cheese. Even though we don't like children's, right? They're so short.
But so are gnomes.
Huh?
So are gnomes.
Tiffany. That changes things. But Jackson actually did not be what his distractors thought. He was loyal, he was intelligent, he was well-spoken. Oh yeah, he had a temper. His favorite saying was, "By all damnation, I'll hang them all." And he meant it. But then he would calm down and only hang a few. That's what we call. No, but he did have a temper, but he really wasn't what his distractors say. And for years, long after he's dead, they would make up all these stories about him like he believed the world was flat. No, he didn't. He was an intelligent man, but what they're trying to say is he's a commoner, he can't be smart. They're trying to bash democracy when they attack Jackson. Yes, Jackson has a lot of flaws. I'm not denying that. But if we start getting rid of people because they have flaws, all there be is us seven. That might be kind of cool. You take over. No knowns. But there was not a big radical shift, but part of what shaped Jackson would be called the Eaton malaria. It started with the Eaton affair. John Eaton was his Secretary of Defense. And then we lost 5 minutes of lunch because, as I understand it, somebody jumped on a polo stick. What? What? The assembly was 15 minutes late, so third period is based on just so you guys know this stuff. And then there's no cheese. It's not democracy. Was there cheese? No. Huh? So basically, you're a dictator because you deprive the people of their cheese.
Very much. I mean, I didn't sell the cheese to the kid.
I want to know why this is here.
So he was Secretary of State.
Secretary of War. And we'll get quickly finish this tomorrow. And we're going to have a test on Friday. So it might be, and wherever we finish on tomorrow, on Thursday, that's where we test. So there might be a couple questions. I'm not going to say. Are you on first? Okay, are we going through that time? I couldn't remember. I know who's going, but I can't remember what order I said.
I don't mind if you go. I don't really care which.
Sometimes it's nice to get it done, isn't it?
Yes, I do. What day am I presenting?
You're presenting now.
Okay, why not?
No, you're going, you
Tomorrow,
and
right?
Jonathan, right? So you guys are tomorrow. Okay. You're going today, aren't you?
Because you have to.
Yes. People like you, Savannah. I don't think you're sorry at all. Who's going first? Hannah's first.
I'll go first.
Yeah. No, you do your own presentation on just something, anything, life in general, society. Cheese.
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 I feel like stress is a very good subject to talk about since we're all in here.